Ben Stokes Handshake Gate. What if Duckett was on 90? Manchester Test drama explained. A heated debate in the cricket world, when sportsmanship meets ambition. Imagine being on the cusp of a monumental achievement, only to have it potentially snatched away by a gesture of goodwill from your opponent. This is precisely what happened in the recent Manchester Test between England and India, sparking a heated debate about sportsmanship, ambition, and the true spirit of the game. The drama unfolded on day 5 of the 4th Test of the Anderson-Tendulkar Trophy, where India's Ravindra, Jadeja and Washington's Sundar formed an unbeaten 203-run stand for the 5th wicket, defying all odds to keep their team alive in the series. However, as they neared their centuries, England captain Ben Stokes approached them to shake hands and call the game off early. The Indian duo, understandably, chose to pursue their milestones, which didn't sit well with Stokes and the English team. Former India wicketkeeper batter Parthiv Patel weighed in on the controversy, suggesting that Jadeja and Sundar should have continued batting and not gone off the field, even after scoring their centuries. Patel argued that if the roles were reversed and England's Ben Duckett was batting on 90, the English team would likely have continued playing to allow him to reach his century. This raises an intriguing question. Where do we draw the line between sportsmanship and ambition? Should a team prioritize the spirit of the game or their own goals? Patel believes that the game should have continued until the end of the day, regardless of the Indian batters completing their centuries. The situation became even more contentious when Stokes brought in Harry Brook to bowl, who proceeded to deliver a series of full tosses, seemingly mocking Jadeja and Sundar. This move was seen as a breach of sportsmanship, and Patel condemned it, saying that England should have respected India's decision to continue playing. Despite the drama, Patel praised Sundar and Jadeja's resolve, pointing out that their partnership was a testament to their hard work and dedication. He noted that at one stage it seemed like India might lose the test, but the duo's determination turned the game around. As the series stands, England leads 2-1. But India has a chance to level the series in the 5th and final test at the Oval. The question remains, did India do the right thing by continuing to bat, or should they have accepted Stokes' offer and ended the game early? Where do you stand on this debate? Should sportsmanship take precedence over ambition, or is it every team for themselves? Ashwin slams England's double standards in fiery handshake row. Jadeja, Washington centuries. Cricket, often seen as a gentleman's game, can sometimes spark fiery debates that expose raw emotions and differing perspectives. In the recent 4th Test match, one such moment unfolded when India refused England's offer to end the game early via a handshake, allowing Ravindra Jadeja and Washington Sundar to achieve their well-earned centuries. The incident ignited discussions across the cricketing world, with opinions sharply divided on whether India's decision was justified or if England had valid reasons for their proposal. But here's where it gets controversial. Did emotions cloud sportsmanship, or was this just another chapter in competitive cricket? The drama began during the final hour of play when Ben Stokes, England's captain, extended a handshake to the Indian batters, realizing that an outright win wasn't possible. Stokes offered to call it a draw, a suggestion that left Jadeja and Sundar unimpressed. At the time, Jadeja was batting on 89, while Sundar stood strong at 80. Both players politely declined the offer, choosing instead to continue their innings. Stokes later explained his reasoning, stating that he wanted to protect his already fatigued frontline bowlers from unnecessary strain. Enter Ashwin, the outspoken former Indian spinner, who wasted no time in addressing what he perceived as double standards by England. On his YouTube channel, Ashwin passionately questioned why England decided to shift gears so abruptly. Have you ever heard of double standards? They batted all day, handled your best bowlers, and now, just because they're nearing milestones, you want to walk off? Ashwin remarked. He went on to emphasize that centuries in Test cricket aren't handed out, they are earned through grit and determination. Washington deserved his maiden ton, and Jadeja deserved his century, period, he asserted. India eventually declared the match a draw after both Jadeja and Sundar reached their respective centuries. For Sundar, it marked a historic milestone, his first ever Test 100. Reflecting on the situation, Ashwin stated that if he were the captain, he would have insisted on batting through the mandated 15 overs. Legendary cricketer Sunil Gavaskar shared the same view, echoing Ashwin's sentiments during commentary on Sony Sports. "I'd tell them to keep batting and ensure the team stays on the field for the full 15 overs. Adding fuel to the fire was a sarcastic comment made by Stokes as Jadeja neared his century. Addressing the Indian batter, Stokes quipped, "Are you really planning to score a Test 100 against Harry Brook, a part-time bowler?" Ashwin didn't hesitate to respond to this remark, pointing out that it was England's choice to bring Brook into the attack. "You don't get to decide how someone earns their 100. If they didn't object to facing Steve Harmison or Andrew Flintoff earlier, why should they stop now?" he argued. While some critics accused India of unsportsmanlike behaviour, others praised their resolve. Former Australian wicketkeeper batter Brad Haddin weighed in, commending India for standing their ground. India showed incredible resilience on the final day. Suddenly, when things didn't go England's way, they wanted to stop the game because they were done playing. Well, guess what? India earned the right to stay on the field as long as they pleased, Haddin said on the Willow Talk podcast. He further noted that England's frustration stemmed from not getting the outcome they desired, which led to unnecessary verbal exchanges. Even former England captain Alastair Cook supported India's stance, highlighting the importance of momentum heading into the fifth and final test at the Oval. It was absolutely the right call for Jadeja and Sundar to push forward. The confidence boost from scoring centuries will serve them well in the upcoming match, Cook remarked on BBC's Test Match special. He acknowledged England's fatigue, but stressed that India's actions were justified given the circumstances. Nasser Hussain, another ex-England skipper, chimed in, labeling Stokes' decision to bowl Harry Brook after the handshake as silly. Speaking on Sky Sports, Hussain said, "I didn't see an issue with India's approach. England seemed to take offence, but those two batsmen worked incredibly hard to reach the 80s and 90s. Why shouldn't they aim for hundreds?" He concluded by applauding India's performance and urging fans not to overanalyze the incident. This episode raises thought-provoking questions about fairness and strategy in cricket. Was England's offer genuinely motivated by concern for their bowlers, or was it a tactical move masked as sportsmanship? And does refusing such an offer reflect poorly on a team, or is it simply staying true to the spirit of competition? We'd love to hear your thoughts. Do you think India made the right call, or should they have accepted England's handshake? Share your views in the comments below.